Good day, you're watching Leadership TV News. I am Cynthia Onado. Here are the news headlines. UK regulator freezes MFM's bank accounts over alleged financial infractions. ADC accuses APC of burning Ekiti Secretariat. Nnamdi Kanu consults with legal team ahead of October 23rd defense. House of Reps probes $460 million Chinese loan for Abuja CCTV project. And finally, mosquitoes found in Iceland for first time. Thanks for joining us. This is the news in detail. The United Kingdom's Charity Commission has frozen its assets of the Mountain of Fire and Miracles MFM Ministries International, founded by Pastor Daniel Olukoya, over what it described as serious transparency and governance concerns. In a report, the Commission said it launched a formal inquiry into the church after identifying financial concerns, including the alleged misappropriation of charitable funds. According to the news guru, the investigation revealed that trustees of MFM's UK charity arm could not demonstrate adequate oversight or control over more than 100 bank accounts operated independently by individual branches. Many of the charity's financial issues stemmed from its complex structure, which has grown from a handful of branches to over 90 locations nationwide without the corresponding governance improvements. This report stated, according to the Commission, branches operated autonomously, opening bank accounts without central oversight and failing to report income in a timely manner. This created substantial risk to charitable funds and resulted in inaccurate financial reporting. Additionally, branch offices were making significant financial decisions, including property purchases and lease agreements, without trustee knowledge or authorization. The regulator said the lack of proper oversight by trustees led to financial losses for the charity. As a result of its findings, the Commission took action to freeze the charity's accounts, or rather assets, to prevent further loss, the report added. Dan Agbangbe, a spokesperson for MFM, did not immediately respond to requests for comment. This is not the first time the church's UK branch has faced scrutiny. In 2019, the Charity Commission appointed an interim manager to oversee MFM's affairs following repeated failures to submit financial statements on time and what it described as serious administrative weaknesses that allowed for potential financial losses. The Commission also took similar action against Christ Embassy, the UK arm of Pastor Chris Oyakhilom's church, after raising comparable concerns about financial management and accountability. In other news stories, the African Democratic Congress ADC has accused the ruling All Progressives Congress APC of engaging in political terrorism. This allegation comes in the wake of the burning of ADC State Secretariat in Ado-Ekiti on Monday. The party described the incident as a deliberate attempt to silence opposition voices ahead of the 2027 general elections. ADC spoke in a statement by its spokesman, Bolaji Abdullahi, alleging that the early morning arson attack formed part of a wider pattern of coordinated assaults on opposition figures and facilities across the country. Recall that unknown assailants set fire to the building housing ADC Secretariat just hours before the party's reconfiguration and affirmation ceremony, an event meant to renew the commitment and consolidate its political structure. Reacting, Abdullahi said, this was a deliberate act of arson intended to sabotage and terrorize the opposition ahead of the governorship election in the state. The ADC condemns this barbaric act in the strongest possible terms. It is criminal, anti-democratic, and a disgrace to all who claim to believe in political freedom. The party linked the Ekiti attack to similar incidents in Kaduna, Lagos, Kebbi, Kogi, and Edo states, alleging that the trend showed a sustained campaign of intimidation since July, when the opposition coalition adopted the ADC as its preferred platform. And now the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has concluded a private consultation with his legal team led by former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Kanu Agabi SAN. Kanu, who was brought to court by officials of the Department of State Services DSS, met with members of his legal team in a courtroom vacated for him by Justice James Omotosho. The meeting was held in the Court 7 located on the second floor of the Federal High Court headquarters complex in Abuja, the same courtroom where his ongoing terrorism trial is being conducted. Going by the schedule of proceedings in the case issued by Justice James Omotosho on September 16, the meeting is part of the defense team's preparation for the commencement of the defendant's case on Thursday, October 23rd. Justice Omotosho on October 16 granted Kanu 6 consecutive days beginning from October 23rd to open and close his defense in view of the accelerated hearing earlier granted in the case. Agabi, who did not object to the 6 days granted by the court, however, applied orally for the court to grant Kanu's legal team an opportunity for a private consultation session with the defendant outside the premises of the DSS. Agabi said the defendant's legal team was afraid of its consultation with him and could be taped or recorded by the DSS. Justice Omotosho granted the request and also acceded to Agabi's request that a private meeting with Kanu be held in the courtroom during which only the defendant and his lawyers would be present. By the court's directive, the private consultation meeting was to hold within the courtroom between 9 a.m. and 12 noon on October 22nd, while the trial will resume on October 23rd when Kanu is to open his defense. The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the $460 million Chinese loan obtained to finance the Federal Capital Territory FCT Abuja Closed Circuit Television (CCTV) to enhance security in the nation's capital. This followed the adoption of a motion of urgent national importance sponsored by Honorable Amobi Oga LP Abia at plenary on Wednesday. Moving the motion, Oga recalled that the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan embarked on the CCTV cameras around strategic areas in Abuja to monitor unwholesome activities with a view to preventing crime and placing surveillance on criminals and apprehending same. He noted that in order to firm up the above, ex-Royal Finance Minister Dr. Olusegun Aganga led a federal government delegation to Beijing, China in 2010 to sign a memorandum of understanding with ZTE Communications of China, to which the contract for the installation of the CCTV was equally awarded. Oga expressed concern that the funds for the contract were secured through a $460 million loan obtained from the China Exim Bank and lifted from a $600 million financing portfolio secured as a soft credit loan with interest repayable in 10 years after an initial 10 years of grace. More concerned that despite this huge investment as well as the financial burden Nigeria is subjected to by way of servicing the loan, the impact of the CCTV is not felt in any manner. Rather than abating, crime rate has soared in Abuja, leading to daily reports of deaths arising from unmonitored crimes around the FCT. Moving on now, gunmen suspected to be armed Fulani herdsmen have attacked Daron village in Gyal district, Jos South local government area of Plateau State, leaving 2 people dead. Leadership TV gathered that 1 person was also injured during the attack, which occurred around 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. A youth leader in the community and president of the Baram Youth Molders Association, Solomon Daliop, confirmed the killings to newsmen in Jos on Wednesday. Dallop said 1 person was also injured at Daron village of Gyal district in Jos South local government area. And now, meanwhile, the Plateau State Police Command also confirmed the incident. The spokesman of the command, DSP Alabo Alfred, stated that, yes, we are aware of the incident and investigation is ongoing. Finally, now in the news, this photo shows an adult female Anopheles Stephen C. mosquito taking a blood meal. This photo shows that researchers have confirmed the first ever discovery of mosquitoes in Iceland, one of the last few mosquitoes, or rather, one of the last few places on Earth believed to be mosquito-free. Entomologist Matthias Alfredson of the Natural Science Institute of Iceland told AFP that 3 specimens of Culiseta annulata, 2 female 2 females and 1 male were recently found about 30 kilometers north of Reykjavik. They were all collected from wine ropes aimed at attracting moths. Alfredson explained, describing a method where ropes soaked in heated, sugary wine are suspended outdoors to lure insects. Until now, Iceland alongside Antarctica had remained among the few regions without any native mosquitoes population. This is the first record of mosquitoes occurring in the natural environment in Iceland, Alfredson confirmed. He recalled that years ago, a single specimen of Aedes nigripes, an Arctic mosquito species, had once been discovered aboard an airplane at Keflavik Airport, though that sample was later lost. The entomologist suggested that the newly found mosquitoes may have arrived via ships or containers, possibly transported inadvertently through trade or tourism routes. However, he cautioned that more studies would be needed to determine whether the insects could survive Iceland's notoriously harsh winters. Further monitoring in the spring will be needed to determine whether they have established a stable population, Alfredson said. The Culiseta annulata species is known for its resilience in cold climates and ability to endure long periods of freezing temperatures. Alfredson noted that its adaptability and varied breeding habitats could help it persist in Iceland's challenging environment. That's all the news we have for you on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website, www.leadership.ng. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the